Hi, my name is James Gillette, and this is my perspectives on the secret to successful college graduation for individuals with learning disabilities. Um, I thought that this particular topic was a really good one because IDEA, which is sort of the governmental document, requires that all individuals with IEPs to have a successful transition program. I currently work with individuals with learning disabilities and help with this transition program. Um, and it requires a whole lot of very difficult choices, a lot of difficult things, and it'd be really useful to have sort of a gestalt understanding of what makes people successful in college, especially if they have learning disabilities. Um, and there really isn't a lot. This population for IEPs is actually one of the largest demographic groups, according to the National Center for Learning Disabilities. And based upon my past research and my master's thesis, which is shown here, there isn't a lot of information on the transition process in general. And what information is known targets lower functioning individuals, like Project Search for individuals with autism, intellectual disabilities, etc. So all the information really is in with the really low of the low, and not sort of those kids who have difficulties, more so than neurotypical individuals, but not enough that they can't go and be successful in college. Yet not all of them graduate from college. So I thought that it'd be really useful to have this sort of a thematic narrative approach where you sort of get their whole educational narrative, and then you get the themes, you extract the themes, and try to help identify some of these common turning points or common factors which might contribute um, to their individual success, and maybe down the road a group or something could try to come up with some programs that might be able to use those themes to try to see if you can create programs around those themes and improve the overall proportion of individuals who are successful in graduating college. So this leads to the problem statement, which are what are some common factors that contributed to the success of college graduates who have learning disabilities. So as stated earlier, I started going with a narrative approach, and I'm well aware that there's a lot of schools out there who target individuals with learning difficulties or differences. So what they would do is they tend to record and hold all of their previous information. So what that would access to me is the population. They would access me to people who could be potential graduates who have learning disabilities. And it also often gives me the background sort of information that might help reinforce some of these narratives. So what's going to happen is I'll get the information, I'll talk with the people involved, and then I will sort of go out, ask if it's all right to use them, talk with them if they graduated, see if there's a letter of consent, etc., seeing if they're willing to go through this process. If it's yes, then what I'll do is I'll interview them, um, talk, extract information on their narrative approach, then I'll create a thematic analysis and identify any turning points in the interview. Once that's conducted, I'll then resend it back to the interviewee, sort of go over what I saw. If they say, oh yeah, that's right, that's what I want, then I'll say, great. And then what I'll do is I'll stick it on the side, hold on to that information, do it again with another group. I'll keep doing this so I've compiled a bunch of individuals. And then I'll do the same thing with the group of sort of themes and turning points, and seeing if there's an overarching theme or group theme for them, or if the themes are just individualized. There's really not that much information in them. And then see if there's the same thing with the turning points. I'll then have a third party individual say, oh, you've reached saturation, or saying, you need more people. So then that will sort of reinforce the validity of it. Since that's the case, and I'm trying to reinforce the validity through through sort of having fact-checking from the individuals themselves and ensuring that I'm not just the one saying that it's reached saturation, there's a third-party person saying that I've reached saturation. I think it's also important to identify some of my own personal biases which may impact this. So some of them are the fact that I have previously worked with these individuals, which sort of may skew my thinking because I may have some previous theories as to what's going on. I'm going to try to combat this by really just focusing on what the people are saying and trying to exclude my own previous thoughts. I've also done previous research in the area, so I have a sort of gestalt understanding which may skew it, again, focusing. And I'm also an occupational therapist, so my theories and theorems and themes and turning points, most of my themes and turning points may focus in primarily on what people are doing, what they're thinking they're doing, and how they feel about what they're doing it, which may sort of skew where the themes are going throughout the whole process. The ethics, again, I'm trying to consolidate, consider by just doing my letter of consent, going through an IRB review board, and also keeping all the information anonymous. And that's my presentation.